Hello everybody, welcome. Nice to have you all here with us. Welcome to Betway's Weighted to Win. We look forward to the Saturday preview. It's the big one, the build-up to the Hollywood Bets Durban July. We look forward to the Daily News 2000 today. Daryl Marie, who's been in very good form. I say that because the last time I worked with him, he tipped us a horse called Salukwe. He actually said Dave the King's double into Salukwe. And that was like 100 to 1 double. Of course, I didn't listen to him taking the double, but I did back Salukwe. So thank you, Daryl Marie. Thank you very much.
Is that
The last time I shook his hand, Salukwe, we won. So well done.
Maybe it's lucky.
Maybe it's lucky.
Is that why you paid for lunch with
Yes.
Cecil?
Yes.
Thanks
We had
for
a lovely
lunch.
lunch with Cecil. But anyhow, we need to double up. You know, money goes fast, huh?
It
As you
does
know,
indeed,
so,
Clyde.
yeah. By part time now, what are we doing?
We playing the safe route. I've gone numbers 2 and 13 in the opening leg. Can touch on Celtic Chief. You can see he was quite costly. Paid 3 million rand for the son of Vercingetorix. But he showed good improvements in his second start as a Gelding Clyde. And what can we... I mean, time and time again, we say the Western Cape maiden form line, when they represent the KZN form, they tend to be superior or stronger form line. So he's certainly one for the shortlist. He has been a disappointment, but I think the stable's struck good form.
Okay.
So he's one of my inclusions, and I backed him up with the Richard Fremount, number 13, Future Flow. Now, unfortunately, once again, he cracks the worst draw around the Greyfield circuit. Last time out, he was surprisingly over racing over the 1200, and Mr. Roberts has now dropped him to 1000. He's got enough gate speed to get into a striking position, so I'm not too concerned about that. And he will be the favourite's biggest danger. So the safety route in the opening leg, 2 and 13, let's hope we can double up.
Well, let's hope we can. I mean, Betway's got the market joint favourites, 2 and 13, top of the board. So 3 to 1 the pair, Friday morning, 9 o'clock. There's the rest of the bipot numbers from Daryl. Cost $192. Maiden plate we got to now. This is what we're looking at in terms of race number 3 and Chestnut Bomber, number 1 on the card, Johan Janssen van Vieren, Gavin Larena. They've had a couple of runs to date. Could they be a danger? They're the second choice, 5 to 1 on the Betway market. Favourite is currently 11 at 20, Radian. That's Dean Kannemeyer, Craig Zaki. Odds on favourite. Does look hard to beat. But not if Rakesh has got anything to do about it. I mean, how many winners did he have on...
It was his first treble, Clyde.
First treble, yeah. He
so
deserves
congratulations to Rakesh.
Well done to him.
Well deserved.
He must have cleaned up. He must have absolutely cleaned up.
Yeah, he must have.
Good for you, Rakesh.
Clyde, I think he's also, Chestnut Bomber is the danger to the favourite, but I'm not too sure if he's shown enough in his 2 starts today to pose a real threat to Radian. I mean, this favourite opened as big as 17 to 20. He's now currently 11 to 20.
Yeah,
I still think that represents value because, in my opinion, Karoo Gold's going to drift off the boards. He's going to start closer to double figures. But he's always got that Richard Free factor. But, you know, Radian, if you watch his latest replay, he was in the early stages caught 3 wide at the back of the field, eased back, made his run towards the outside. But then the front horse started hanging about. And he was never going to win the race, but he would have finished closer to Great Plains, but for the interference. Now, Great Plains could be something special. And he's now been upped in trip. His half-sister was a miler, or is a miler, Maria Carolina. So he's going to love the step up in trip. I'll make him very, very hard to beat, but he is at restricted odds, so I think you can take the exacta 6 from 1 over here.
But you still like the idea he's 11 to 20, is that right? Is that what you said?
I think he'll start closer to 1, 2, 3 if I had to...
1, 2, 3, yeah. That's where he'll start, all right.
If I had to take a guess at what his SP will be.
Okay, that's cool, thanks Daryl. The PA, you got 2 bankers, this one and later on the 5. In the third last leg, at 360 Rand PA per. Okay, it's pick 6 time now. They're going 1,800 metres. 7 to the field, down by the river. Daryl remember that horse very well. Peter Muscat trains it. Samanga Kumalo, top of the boards, but market's weak. Number 3, Spelling Bee, second choice, priced up currently at 6-1 this morning. 6-1, the third favourite after Spelling Bee. You've got this horse, Bristol Hercules, and a horse like 9, Moolah Man, all pretty much the same. But I don't know, can this horse of yours that you made us all back last time, Down by the River, win again?
Absolutely.
Was that last race not, the way you made it up, was that last race was so perfect for it? Is it much the same, yeah?
Clyde, I think just as long as he goes handy and he settles, he's a different horse. I mean, we can see in the past he did have a tendency to overrace, and hence they tried different tactics with him, teaching him how to settle. But he's got such a lovely stride that as long as he's settled in running, we see the best of him, Clyde.
Okay.
Gravel will be ideal for him. It does suit horses closer to the pace. And I know he did pick up a hefty penalty for his victory last time out, but he's a nice sort, and he's we yet to see the best of him. I know was highly rated early on in his stage. I mean, he was thrown in the deep end, but he is gonna pick up his wins along the way. So I like his chances. I don't see much challenging him up front, barring Tachman. So if he can go forward and settle, I think he could go back to back of here. A horse that you can put a line through his last start is number 3, Spelling Bee, Clyde. He actually jumped quite well last time out at Scottsville, and then the horse just ahead of him started falling back, which caused him to overrace. And he was then switched to the worst going. He's way better than that effort.
Okay.
Another one that needs to relax in running to see the best of him. So I hope he gets some luck in running, and we can see him put a line through his last start. So I like his chances too. Lucky Dollar, since he's been up in trip, we can't fault his form. Has picked up a few penalties along the way, but he's now found his niche. And then if you want to go wider, perhaps Moolah Man, who likes to be given a chance and come with a late rattle. So let's see how he goes. But I think the market has actually got it wide in a very open race. I think 3 and 7, the two possibilities to fight it out.
Yeah. Not forgetting Bristol Hercules either. The imposing form lines worked out Weekend Warrior, and that being ridden Saturday afternoon, this horse by Richard Furry. But the Yarrell's got it in the pick 6, 7, 9, 10, 14. Those are the numbers as you got them down. Take a note. This is Darren Burrows' pick 6. And he did well on when did Darren catch the pick 6 in Cape Town? Wednesday, huh? When was Cape Town racing? Last week, he tipped a pick 6, paying 77,000 on the show. He got it. Well done to him. Let's hope he can continue with good form. Okay, let's get into the Londell Cup now. This is the time for the big race on the card. Betway have got one-way traffic as the 7-2 favourite. 7, the second choice, Marauding Horde, is at 4-1. Quite a few of these horses are, obviously entered into the Hollywood Bets Durban July. They're going to have to run their hearts out for the panel to consider. 4, Cape Eagle is 11 at 2. 9, Aragosta is trading at 7-1. And 2, Explosive Bond is trading at around 8-1. You can get 10-1 better. The other horse like Labras, who might be hoping to get a run, is at 12-1. What's your first choice, Mr. Murray, in the Lonsdale?
Labras hoping to get a run in the July.
Well, he's entered.
Sure.
He's entered. He's hoping. They're all hoping. Yeah. What if he explodes through and he wins by 6?
Labras is now owned by Mr. Terry, yeah? Changed the ownership, so just check if you do like his chances. There is a change in colours. Yeah, Clyde, I think I found some value over here. Good. Now, let's just say there are quite a few horses out at the weight over here. If you look at the net ratings, there are some that are out, namely Marauding Horde.
Yeah.
Now, if you take the best or the joint best weights at over here are net 113s, and he's a 105, so that's 8. He's 4 kgs out. Excuse me, Clyde. He's 4 kgs out. And another thing that's very interesting with him is they've taken the blinkers off. Did you know that?
No.
So the blinkers come off. Maybe Marco said he was traveling a bit too hard in the Derby. But you know, in his penultimate start, he beat Jordan, who came out and gave William Einarm a bit of a thumping. So I've included him, but I think a horse like Razor Hallelujah, number 8, represents so much value, Clyde. He isn't out at the weights, right?
No.
So,
Only one winner from there, Homer the Brave, one runner. Is that
yeah,
right?
he proved me wrong. But have a look at his course and distance form. He's been to Greyville over this track and trip twice for a win and a second, and he's not out at the weights, and he's 20 to 1.
So there's big value.
So I think there's value about him. Another one who I think represents a lot of value is number 13, Baratheon. Now, this horse is at his best when he's handy, if not in front.
Also entered for the July.
Have a look at his last 2 starts over distances short of his best. He hasn't got to the front. So I'm hoping Jabu from a wide draw cracks on with it. And with 52.5 to shoulder, Clyde, I can tell you if he goes handy, he will show marked improvement. He doesn't deserve to be 40 to 1 at the bottom of the boards. No way about that. So
Okay.
I think the value lies with numbers, what did I say? 8 and 13. But you have to have respect for so many of you. The likes of Cape Eagle, one-way traffic, Aragosta.
Yeah.
You know, it's an open race, but I think
can
if you
imagine.
back Razor Hallelujah 20 to 1 and Baratheon at 40 to 1, you'll get a run for your money.
Okay, well, those are good prices. There's a look at Darren's jackpot. There are quite a few in here going that have been entered in the July. Aragosta, Baratheon, Cape Eagle, Indian Ocean, Marauding Order, Nebraska. But Darrell's giving chances to Baratheon, who's at any price at the moment. This Friday morning, 40 to 1, number 13. And 8, Razor Hallelujah, 20 to 1. They're in the play. This is Darren Burrows' jackpot, just by the way. So make a note of that. If you want to add 8 and 13 in this leg now, perhaps it's the best time to do so. And welcome back. We're now racing for Group 1 material. It's a 2,000 metre, 1.5 million rand. Tab Gold with Lavington 2,000. In the lineup, of course, there are 11 of them, and we look forward to some of which, of course, are aiming for the Hollywood Bets Durban July. In this race, the favourite is number 2, Francis Ethel, on Friday morning, priced up 3 to 1. 1, Silver Sanctuary, 7 to 2. 6, Sarki, 7 to 2. And 10 to 1 about number 5, Future Girl. You can get 12 to 1 and better about the others. I don't know if it ends there, but I am quite keen on Francis Ethel. I thought that her last victory was impressive. I liked the way she was moving and the way she looks and all that sort of stuff, Daryl. So she's caught the eye, and I don't know if she's going to, stop after her last victory. I think this is where she continues to grow. They're very keen on winning the July, never mind anything else. That's their aim. So I don't know. What do you make of it?
I think the 3-year-old fillies will dominate over here, Clyde, but you got fillies like Beating Wings and My Soulmates who are not out of contention over here. I mean, they're only a length or two behind the likes of Francis Ethel and Silver Sanctuary. So who says with a little bit in luck in running, a little bit of luck in running, they can't reverse that form? I think they do represent value at around 12 to 1, numbers 8 and 9. Beating Wings, the stable's turned. I like her ridden cold. I thought she won with a bit in hand last time out, going away. So from a tricky draw, I'm sure Calvin will just slot her in and she'll be running on. Do you have any reservation with the Greyville circuit for Francis Ethel?
No, but not particularly. I'm not worried about it. Why would you be worried about it?
I don't think she possesses like a proper turn of foot. She's more of a grinding filly. Takes some time to unwind. So I think Cabello will want to get on his bicycle early at the top of the straight. And if she's perhaps on the fence with a few in front of her, she might just be caught flat-footed. I like her chances. She's a cracking filly, Clyde. You can't fault her. I just think that the drop to the 2,000 is more in Silver Sanctuary's favor than what it is for Francis Ethel. So
All right.
Guys, I want to suggest a trifecta box over here. Numbers 1, 2, 8, and 9.
Okay. 1, Silver Sanctuary. 2, Francis Ethel. 8, My Soulmate. 9, Beating Wings. In terms of the July, Francis Ethel, My Soulmate, Perfect Witness, Sarki, Silver Sanctuary, all lucky looking to run huge races in this particular event today. The Lavington, always been a super race, and we look forward to watching it at around 14:33. All right, ladies and gents, welcome back. Let's get on to our next event that we want to chat to you about now, and have a look at race number 7 on the card. Talk about the big one, the Daily News 2000. This is the stepping stone into the Hollywood Bets Durban July. And in this race, there are 9 of them that'll go to the gate. But 9 very interesting horses. How did Betway price them up? Green with Envy, number 5, priced up 13 to 20. So deep in the red, they're all expecting him to win. 6 Cluey is a second choice, 6 to 1. 3 Pure Predator is 7 to 1. And 10 to 1 about number 2, Flag Man. It's 16 to 1 and better about the others. So when you look at his Guineas win, you look at Green with Envy, the way he just squeezed through on the outside, got past Sandringham Summit. He crushed Sandringham Summit in the way he got past him. He was just kidding with him, really. And he did. And he won a very, very, very good race. So there's not much you can really take away from Green with Envy.
Clyde, he won over a distance short of his best. Now, he gets the 2000 comfortably. And the way he finished that race off, I mean, you had to be super impressed. So, I mean, how can you fault him? He comes into this race with cracking form. He's going to strip fitter. He's got the beating of his opposition. Well, a lot of his opposition. And there's hardly any reason to see them be able to reverse the form with him. He settles at the back of the foot, and he's got a great turn of foot, or at the back of the field or midfield, and he's got a great turn of foot. He doesn't over race. He's just a high class individual that's doing everything right at the moment. Strictly on ratings, he is the horse to beat, and he's had that one run now, and he's on to the Hollywood Bets Durban July after this. So let's hope he can keep his confidence high and notch up another victory and go into that race with what all rooms facing the sea, as they say.
Yes, yes.
But yes, I like his chances, Clyde. I do want to touch on Tlatlui though. If you have a look at his breeding, he is bred for this, and he's my dark horse for the July. But I just want to get your feelings. Do they really? I know this horse, this race has got a big purse. I mean, 1.25 million for the winner. But do they really want to beat Green with Envy and have his rating pumped up going into the July? I mean,
yeah, it's quite an interesting one, that, because you're in between a rock and a hard place, but you are racing for 1.2 million.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the July is, you know what I mean? It's do or die in the July. The not potluck, but there's lots of scrimmaging and things can go. If you can win the Daily News, win the Daily News.
You think so?
Yeah, win it. If you can.
Okay.
I wouldn't play around in the Daily News. No, go for it. Go for all it's worth. Because, a lot of the time there's hard luck stories after the July. We read about them every Monday, don't we?
Okay.
Straight after the July.
What I want to say is he was overdoing it last time out and possibly racing fresh, Clyde. So I didn't think that was a bad effort whatsoever. If he can settle, Grant can put him to sleep at the back of the field. He also possesses a great turn of foot. So I do believe numbers 5 and 6 are the leading lights. We are certainly leaning towards Green with Envy. But Clyde, William Ironarm with the blinkers, if he can get to the front and make his own fractions up front and get it right, he is much better than his last start.
He's 16 to 1.
He is the dark horse in the race. Of that, there is no doubt. So 5, 6, 1 in that order for me.
Okay, well, there it is. Green with Envy. Darren Burrows agrees with Daryl Marie. Hard to beat. These horses have to run huge races that are going for the July. Barbaresco, Flagman, Green with Envy, Clue, Hotter Ruby, Midwinter Wind, Pure Predator, the Grey King, William Ironarm. Almost their last chance to prove themselves. But the favourite, the Guineas winner, he's the guy that's shouting the loudest at the moment. Daryl Marie, however, has pointed out that Klui is the dark horse in the July. Okay, welcome. Thanks, guys. Back to handicap racing now. We're over the mile, and Betway on Friday morning had That's My Baby at 9-2 favourite, but it's 9-2 the field. That's My Baby's number 6. Number 10, Mary's Green Light on Friday morning, 9-2 and 5-1 about number 5, Rocky Reef for the Peter Muscat stable. I don't know, a tough race. Market seems to
It's
think
a
it's
tough race.
not easy.
That's My Baby's been backed up very soon, Clyde. She was off for quite some time. But what's key over here is you needed to listen to Track Talk, the Track Talk interview with Mr. Terry prior to her last start. He said this filly is very decent. And for him to say that she is possibly way better than her current mark. But she's lightly raced, maybe had her issues. But like I said, he's backing her up quite soon, which confirms that she took her last start very well, Clyde. So let's see how she goes. I think she can certainly win. Go back to Rocky Reef's last win was over this very course and distance in the Flamboyant. She sprung a bit of a surprise on that occasion. She was out at the weights. She did pick up a hefty penalty, but now she's having a peak run and she's coming back in trip. So I think we can see a bold effort on her behalf. I'm looking to Sign of Fate as the value in the race. Clyde, this filly 3 rounds back contested the Guineas, if I'm not mistaken, on the Highveld, and it wasn't a great showing on that occasion. But then her next start back in the province, she was overdoing it up front. She was pulling terribly, and she wasn't beaten too far. And then last time out, they tried her with a tongue tie, and once again, she improved. And now they've taken the tongue tie off, and her rating has come down slightly. But I think with 52.5 to shoulder from a neat draw, over a course and distance, she has been victorious twice over before. I mean, she's 2 from 5 over this course and distance. With 52.5 to shoulder, and it appears as if she's coming back to form, she could be the upset material in the race. So I'm going 3 from 5 and 6, but it is a difficult race.
Yeah, tough race. One other there that seems to be enjoying the mile more and more nowadays is Lady Heist. She may well be worth also considering. Anyway, Daryl's got a swinger. He's boxing 3, Sign of Fate, 5, Rocky Reef, and 6, That's My Baby.